Welcome back to Yoshi Entertainment, everybody. So just recently, Ariana Grande put out a new song by the name of Yes and people have been dragging her for it, and I believe that it is the right thing to do. I think it's warranted. Now, if everybody remembers, not too long ago, just last year, she got a lot of backlash because she ran off with this other woman's husband. Allegedly, she was best friends, if you will, or friends at least, with her co-star that she was starring in this show, movie, whatever it is called Wicked. This man was married, had a whole child, and she was friends with this man's wife, held the baby allegedly. Then they just popped up talking about, oh, we're together now. We go together, if you will. A whole married man, mind you. You've got to be one piece of a raggedy somebody to be friends with the spouse of the individual that you run off with. Like, I don't think people really understand how messed up this is. And they did let the woman who was his wife, I'm assuming now ex-wife or soon to be ex-wife, have some words. She was just saying that this was all sudden. She just didn't understand why he would do this to her, you know? And I feel like right now he's in this headspace where he feels like, oh, well, I can do whatever I want to. I'm with Ariana Grande. She wants to be with me. Who's to tell me what I can't have, who I can't have? And a lot of people have been calling him stupid because she has a pattern of getting with boys, breaking up with them. Like, she was just married not too long ago, and I've talked about this on the channel. It is not healthy to jump immediately out of a relationship into another relationship. You need time to heal, process what happened, be a better person, make sure you're not bringing baggage from that previous relationship into the new one. But nobody wants to hear that. They just want to get in a relationship with somebody, get in bed with them. That's all people care about these days. But she has a habit of going from boyfriend to boyfriend to boyfriend. Everybody knows this. She has a track record. She even allegedly had a song, and people were pointing this out when this first came out in the media, that she was doing this with this married man. She literally made a song where she was basically like, oh, break up with your girlfriend because I'm bored, basically. Like I said, you've got to be a raggedy somebody to be moving in that kind of energy. And then she had the audacity whenever people was confronting her about this, because I've said this before, in order for us to call ourselves a community, we got to call out what's wrong. Whenever we see somebody doing something that's raggedy, whenever we see somebody displaying trashy morals, we need to speak out and say something, lest other people think that it's okay to do that, and that mentality starts running amok, because that's what we don't want. We don't want somebody setting a piss poor example, and it's not right for us to see somebody publicly treat somebody wrong and us all be quiet, lest we all be complicit or okay with it. That's certainly not something that I would want if I was going through that woman's situation right now. I'm talking about the man's ex-wife or his soon-to-be ex-wife, whose marriage was broken up with her husband because this woman wants to be a homewrecker. But anyways, this girl had the audacity to talk about some, your business is yours and mine is mine. Why do you care who's you know what I ride? Like I said, these people always come up with the silliest excuses, the most surface level, just bullcrap excuses whenever you confront them about the stuff that they do. It's like she has a problem with people having empathy for that man's wife or soon to be ex-wife. It's like she has a problem with people putting themselves in her shoes and recognizing what she did to their relationship, what she did to that woman was very wrong. And for actually being empathetic enough and compassionate enough to call her out about it. I don't know about y'all, but I would not want to be in a world where people see me going through something like this in real time and then side with the celebrity just because she's a celebrity and have no empathy for me and call out that celebrity for what she did to me in my relationship. And I definitely wouldn't want to be in a world where I can do whatever I want is an acceptable excuse or reason for ruining somebody's life. And at this point, that kind of response, or why do you care what I'm doing, what's going on between my legs, that's such a lazy excuse, that's such a lazy comeback. Because it's not about us being so worried who she's screwing. It's about us calling her out for what she did wrong, like I said. Adults being mature and seeing when another adult has treated somebody raggedy, and that we need to, as a community, call that out, call her out. Just because she's a celebrity does not mean she gets a free pass to just be out here ruining people's marriages. And for what? Once she's done having fun with him, to move on to the next idiot that's willing to be that lustful and perverted to let her looks, her voice, her body convince them to ruin their relationships. to break up their marriages and families. Like I said, what she did was a lazy response. Instead, she could have just been a woman about it and said, you know what? I was wrong. Y'all are sure right. I messed up big time. I was raggedy. I was smiling in that woman's face, holding their baby, acting like I was her friend when I had all the impure motives and intentions. I was about to wreck that home all the way up and made it seem like I was her friend. I was raggedy for that. No, that's too much like right. And also, let's talk about him for a moment because this is very much a twofold problem. So, how much of a raggedy man do you have to be? Because I talked about her for being a raggedy woman. Like I said, let's talk about him now. How much of a raggedy man do you have to be to let some pretty little thing who's only looking at this like a quick little fling and who's getting off on the high of her being able to break up your relationship? Because I talked about this before whenever it first came out. Some of these women like Ariana Grande, they only get the pleasure out of breaking up your relationship. They don't actually want these men. I don't believe she actually wants to be with him. I think she likes the attention that he's giving her, but she's more concerned with, haha, you were crazy enough to leave your family for me. I was able to convince you, persuade you, trick you, seduce you into doing something that stupid just to be with me. But like I said before, what kind of no morals having, disrespectful, weak-minded, no self-control having man would go out of his way, step out of his relationship, throw his whole family in the trash, all so that he could play in the sheets with Ariana Grande? And people can miss me with the, oh, well, she's Ariana Grande. Because that says a lot about our society and how our people think when it comes to relationships. So like I said, you mean to tell me a pretty face and some clout and money was enough to make you leave your committed relationship? You have a problem. Seriously. And them same people making excuses for him doing this will be the same ones tomorrow crying about how ain't no more loyalty in relationships. No, y'all were the ones who had no loyalty. You ran off the people who were loyal. That's why you're by yourself or you're attracting what you are, which is more disloyal people. And you know something that's real odd and interesting, and we all know the reason why. You notice how none of those certain demographics, y'all know what I'm talking about, read between the lines, certain podcasters on YouTube and Reddit and Twitter and Rumble and all them kind of places, they don't have anything to say in the defense of this woman who got married to this man, was his submissive wife, and had a whole child for him and still got thrown in the trash and stabbed in the back. And anything bad to say about her husband for what he did. Notice they're real quiet about this situation. But anyways, like I said before, this is a twofold situation. A lot of people were trying to just blame him because he was the married individual. And I do agree that most of the blame should go to him because he was the married individual. He had the first responsibility to be loyal to his wife and he chose not to, like the raggedy man that he is. But she's also at fault too because she was a raggedy woman for doing what she did. Like I said, both of them are at fault. Both of them are raggedy. And it's the ego for me. It's the bragging for me. It's the she's out here doing this stuff, like I said, happily wrecking homes and relationships. And she doesn't even care. She doesn't care when people call her out about it. Like I said, she's boastful about it. She's bragging about it. Okay, your point is I can do what I want to. But it's not going to be funny and I can do what I want to if and when it happens to her. I don't care how cute people think she is. I don't care how good looking and attractive people think she is. I don't care how well she knows how to sing. She's a disgusting person because of the things she has done and the lack of character she has displayed. And that includes the guy that she's involved with now. He's also disgusting too. My heart goes out to the wife, or I guess she's the now ex-wife, or soon to be, like I said, ex-wife, and that child, because that's a really horrendous position to be in as a new mother, because like I said, she just had the baby not too long ago. That's a horrendous position to be in as a new mother, and to have to explain to your child, and now your child has got to grow up wondering why her father decided to be raggedy. This stuff is always going to be on the internet, like I've said about 1,000 times. It's never going away. People always keep receipts and then they re-upload them. You never know who's screen recording or screenshotting, so to speak. That child is unfortunately going to grow up and then see all this and be like, wow, dad did not care enough about mom to do the right thing. All for a celebrity who changes boyfriends like she changes clothes. But anyways, y'all let me know what y'all think of all this down in the comments below respectfully. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Y'all all have a very blessed, beautiful, and safe day.